Hey guys, Dusty here. Today we'll go over an Altra buying guide for 2025. I'll start by going over some of the basics about the brand, and then I'll go over some of the major offerings both for road and trail. So for those of you that are new to Altra, there's two main things that drive runners to this brand. Number one is they're looking for a zero to low drop shoe. And number two, they want a roomy toe box. Altra has traditionally always had totally flat or zero drop shoes. It's only until the last few years that they've introduced what they call their experience line. And these shoes are going to have a 4mm heel to toe drop, so still very low. But overall, when you're buying an Altra shoe, you're going to either have a 0 or a 4mm drop. And lastly, all Altra shoes will have foot-shaped toe boxes. And then within the brand itself, you're going to have 3 different foot shapes depending on the shoe that you choose. Number one is their original foot shape. This is going to be the widest option, both in terms of toe box and midfoot. And this includes shoes like the Lone Peak, the Escalante, the Olympus, and the Forward. And then we move down to the standard foot shape. This is still going to offer ample room in the toe box. However, the midfoot will be slightly more snug or secure. And this is going to include the Experience line, the Torin, the Timp, the Superior, the Provision, the Paradigm. And then we have the slim foot shape. This is definitely going to be the most snug and fit more like other brands. And the shoes in that, you're looking at Rivera, Outroad, and then the Vanish line as well. All right, now with some of the Altra basics out of the way, let's go over the road lineup. And I think I'll start kind of at that low cushion end and then work my way into max cushion. All right, so number one, we have the Escalante. Remember, this has the original foot shape, so this is going to be one of the wider road options. In terms of stack height, you're looking at only 24mm, so it's fairly minimal. I know here at this store, we see a lot of people using the Escalante not only for running, but also as a gym shoe. So if you want a shoe that's close to the ground that doesn't have a heel lift, the Escalante can be a great option for gym work. I've had a pair of Escalantes, I loved them, and there also is an Escalante Racer. Similar sort of idea to the normal Escalante, it's just a little bit lighter and it has a slightly lower stack height coming in at 22mm. Now we have the Experience Flow, the second version. This is going to be one of those shoes that has a 4mm heel to toe drop. Now this can be a good transition if you're coming from a high stack shoe like 8, 10, 12, and you want to try something with 0 drop. This can be a good in-between option for you. Or maybe you'll find that you just love the shoe and you want to stay here. I know this has been a really hot shoe here at this store. Altra's putting some new midsole materials into this specific lineup, and so far it seems to be really popular. And for me personally, if I had to pick one shoe out of the whole road lineup, it would definitely be the Experience Flow 2. Next up, we have a classic. This is the Torin. This is kind of middle of the road when it comes to cushioning, and you're looking at a stack height of 30mm. So it's kind of middle of the road for cushioning. It's also middle of the road for width as well. The Torin fits into the standard categories between the original and the slim. This has been a popular road option for Altra for many, many years. I believe the Torin was the very first pair of Altras that I had. Next up, we have another 4mm drop shoe. This is the Forward Via. And now we're starting to get into some higher stack height. So this one you're looking at 37 in the heel, 33 in the forefoot. The shoe is also built on that original foot shape, so it's going to offer ample room in the midfoot and toe box. And on paper, this shoe looks very similar to the Hoka Bondi, and I think if you look across brands, that's probably its direct competitor. And same sort of use case for the Forward Via, just like the Bondi. This could make a great walking shoe or just logging those easy miles. Next up, we have the Via Olympus. Again, this is going to be very similar to that Forward Via, except this shoe doesn't have that 4mm drop. This shoe is 0 drop and I believe has a stack height of 33mm. And then I'll also touch on that there are 2 more stable or stability options in Altra for the road. That's the Paradigm and the Provision. And I'm not actually that familiar with these shoes, but they are out there. I believe the major differences are that the Paradigm is a little bit more cushioned than the Provision. All right, now we'll move on to the trail end of things and we'll get started with the Superior. And with this shoe, we're looking at the lowest stack height yet, coming in at 21mm. This shoe also fits into the standard category. And for those of you trail runners out there that are looking for something that has a ton of ground feel, that's fairly minimal, zero drop, this is the shoe for you. And then we move into what is probably one of Altra's most popular shoes, the classic Lone Peak. And this is certainly more of a beefed up version of the Superior. Stack height on the current version comes in at, I believe, 25 millimeters. This shoe is also built on the original foot shape, so it's going to be slightly wider than the Superior. It's also available in wide widths. It's available in a mid version, a waterproof version, and there's even a Lone Peak 9 Plus that's out currently. So that shoe is going to have a Vibram outsole. I would say the Lone Peak is wildly popular within Altra. I know at this store it's definitely one of the best selling Altra shoes. I've even had a couple of pairs of Lone Peak. Both were waterproof versions. I had a mid version and then the shoe version. I didn't actually run in them, but I used them for hiking and walking around at work. My feet were very, very happy in my Lone Peaks. Next up, we have another Experience shoe. This is the Experience Wild 2. So again, this is coming in with that 4mm drop. Stack heights, I believe you're looking at 32 and 28. Again, a very popular shoe and a great option if you're looking to transition from a high drop trail shoe into a zero drop shoe like the Lone Peak. Next up, we have the Timp. You're looking at kind of that middle of the range cushion again. I like thinking of the Timp as a trail version of the Torin. So you're looking at a stack height of 29 millimeters. It's fitting into that standard foot shape, has a Vibram outsole, also available in waterproof, and can be a really nice option for someone who maybe wants a little bit more cushion than something like, say, the Lone Peak. Next up, we have the Olympus, and as far as Ultra trail shoes go, this is pretty much as max cushion as it gets. So again, the Olympus original foot shape, which means the widest, 33 millimeter stack height, zero drop. Remember, there is a road version of this shoe, so if you like that shoe for the roads, you probably like this shoe for the trails. And I think that's going to be it. There are definitely a few shoes that I left out, but these are definitely the heavy hitters as far as training shoes go for road and trail. Altra also offers a few racing specific shoes. However, I just don't have experience running in them, and I didn't know if it was entirely appropriate to include them in this video. But anyways, if you're curious about Altra, I hope you found this video helpful. And if you're already an Altra fan, let me know down below in the comments what your favorite Altra is. And like always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.